Hello, budget friends. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and we're here to do a paycheck budget with me here in YNAB. The money that you're looking at in the ready to assign section, $1,342. We need to tell this money what to do before we get paid again. So let's just jump in. All right, you guys, I appreciate you so much for being here. And before I start with the budgeting of the money, I want to say thank you so much for clicking on and choosing to watch this video. I'm doing things a little bit different for the start of this video. So I did come in and do my monthly budget closeout. I did it in Google Sheets. Usually I have 3 goals for myself that I put into YNAB, but because I didn't close out the month here for you guys to see, I did not remember to come in and show you guys what the goals for the month of August were. So let's just do that first. Number one was to pay $3,000 in principal debt payments, and I can safely say that I was able to do that. I did put out my debt update, so if you haven't seen that, I will link that in the cards for you guys to watch, and you could see where we made the money moves and how much progress we have made in August. Next was to make $1,000 in extra income, and I'm going to consider this a win. When I first set this goal, I was telling myself this was going to be side hustle money that's going to come from me Instacarting or doing anything else that would bring in extra money. I wasn't really considering money coming from my full time job, but in August, I was able to put in overtime and it helped to make up the $1,000. So, yes, I did make $1,000 extra. Take a look at my monthly closeout to see how much money we forecasted versus how much money we actually brought in. And the third one up was no new debt. And you guys, like I mentioned, if you have seen my debt update, you can see that we did not create any new debt. And I'm very proud of myself for being able to sustain the numbers and also come in less than what we started the month with. So those were the goals for the month of August. So now let's jump over into September and I'm going to tell you what the goals are for this month. It's the same, basically, is to pay $3,000 in principal. I'm going to put it debt payments. The second one is no new debt, and I have it in all caps because I'm really serious about not creating any debt. And this is going to mean a lot for me in the month of September because I do have a dental visit coming up in September that is going to be a process. The insurance is working on, trying to cover it. It's pre-authorizing the visit, even though my periodontist is out of network. So far, we're doing good. So I'm hoping there's one little bit left for them to approve for me to be able to know what I'm going to have to come up with out of pocket. But we will see. My appointment is on the 19th. So I still have 10 more days for them to make up their minds as to what they're going to do. Next is to make $500 in extra income. And I'm going to hope that I can, get some Instacart orders here and there while the kids are in school on my days off that I can bring in that extra money. We're actually going to need it. Let's talk about what has happened in our accounts. I have some transactions to approve. So the first one up is just some movements between accounts of $4.59. The SSI that came in, here we go approving that. There is another moving around of 13 cents of $200. And then there was $40 that was transferred out of my inflow account into my Credit Karma savings account. This is an automatic transfer. There's 3 of them that happens during the months. So I'm going to approve this. Then I'm going to jump into the bills account because this account also has the 2 transfers that went between this account and the inflow account. So that was it for all of the transfers. Let's go back to the budget. I do have 6 overspend categories that will be covered while I do the budget because I received the SSI benefits early this morning, but I had to go out and do some shopping before I was able to come in here and assign the money because I had to work early this morning. I already spent some money. I'm going to assign to the categories here. So we're going to go ahead and cover these while I am going through the budget. Another thing is this is the first income that I'm receiving in the month of September. The last time we got paid was August 29th, and that paycheck covered from the 29th of August until yesterday, September 8th. We will be getting paid again on September 13th, which is Friday. So today is Monday. We're also getting paid again on Friday. So let's just talk about what we're going to do with this $1,342. So the first up is credit card interest. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to cover this whole thing of $407.36. So we're going to wait until last to talk about this one. So let's go into the monthly bills. The rent check has not been cashed yet, but the money is set aside. I have entered a transaction just so I know this is covered. The money is sitting, waiting in the bills account for them to deposit the check. Electric came in on the budget at $100.38. So this 62 cents, I'm going to send this back up to ready to assign. Next is HP Inc. So I did tell you guys, I think was early August, that I did change the subscription for my HP Inc. It is coming in under $2 right now at $1.62. I did assign $6, so I can send $4.38 back to ready to assign. Peloton is due on the 8th, which was yesterday. I did pause the subscription, so I'm going to snooze this target. I think I will start up again next month, but if not, I can always snooze it again, so we're going to bypass that one. Google Cloud is due on the 12th. This is the last day of this paycheck, so I'm going to assign $3 here. Renter's insurance, it's due on the 13th, but usually they charge my credit card real early, and I don't want to make any mistakes of having them charge the card and be fumbling for where the money is going to come from. I already have $30 in this category that has been rolling over from the previous months. The first bill, though, this is the first bill of the new year. The first bill is a little bit less than my target. It is coming in at $39, so I'm going to just put an additional $9 in this category. And I'm going to snooze the target because I won't need the additional $4.75 this month. So the next one that's coming up in this category is iCloud storage. That's due on the 20th, and everything below that is not due until the next pay period. So we're just going to skip everything else. Let's go into the main focus category. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything here just yet. There is $1,335 left. We're going to skip this category for now. Let's just cover and assign monies in other places and then come back to this one. So credit card payments. Marcus was already paid for $34, but Discover is due on the 12th for $154, so I need to assign that there. Marcus is asking for an additional $11.13. We can cover that later on. We'll worry about that later. Mattress Firm is due on the 14th. That is after the next pay period starts. So we'll worry about that there, and everything else in the credit card section won't be due until the next pay period. So we'll wait. We're just trying to cover the bills that are due between now, the 9th, and the 12th, or say the 13th. Okay, in the transportation section, auto loan is not due until the 25th, so we're moving past that one. But my car insurance is due on the 13th. It is only $258, so I'm going to assign that there. I'm actually going to change the target because it's saying $266. I'm going to put it down to $260 per month. That is a safe amount to cover the car insurance, and then I'm going to snooze this target. Car fuel, I did buy gas for $97, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and cover the overspending out of ready to assign. All right, maintenance, parking fees, and tolls, we don't need any of that in this pay period, so let's move on to the next category, which is personal. I think I do want to put $30 here in personal products. And the only reason why I'm putting money here right now is because just in case I need any money in the personal section, I can always roll with the punches and move this $30 around until we get paid again, because I don't have anything in the personal sinking fund. All right, in the everyday spending section, I did go ahead and pay a $35 copay. So this, you guys, a few months ago, my insurance, which is my medical insurance, sent me a check for 300, I think it was $375. That was a check that was meant to go to my doctor, one of my doctors. But periodically, when the doctors bill the insurance, something happened and they end up sending me a check home that is supposed to be going to the doctor's office. It always takes some time for the doctor to realize that the check didn't come from the insurance and that the insurance realized that the doctor didn't get the check, that they sent it to me. And I already cashed that check. I already used that money. So when the insurance reconfigured and they sent home a letter saying that the check was meant for the doctor, I need to send them a check for the amount that they sent me. I didn't send them a check. So what they end up doing was, sending a letter to the doctor somehow. I don't know what they did, but anyway, the doctor sent me a bill for the amount of what I received in the check. Now, I could have gone ahead and pay them, but they did show that I could set up payment arrangement, which I did. This is going to work out better for me that I don't have to write a $375 check of money that I don't have saved up. So I can pay $35 every 2 weeks, I think, and it's going to be 12 payments. I made a payment, and this was payment four of 12. So it is moving along. It's not, a big dip in my pockets or sinking funds or whatever. So I'm not worried about the $35 that I have to pay every 2 weeks. So as you can see here, it has a calendar because I did schedule it in YNAB to come out every 2 weeks. It's an automatic thing that will come up. So I remember. So, it's no surprise. Eating out, I have used $8 so far, but I wanted to budget $25. So let's put that there. Groceries, I've spent money again on groceries, you guys. So my babies are home. They have gone back to school. I need to buy snacks. I need to be cooking on like a regular basis. And I forgot how much these kids eat. So I did go shopping in at the end of August, and I had to go shopping again this week. So I did spend $229.60. I'm going to go ahead and assign an additional $250 here because it is needed. And then next up, given, I'm going to assign $5 here because I will be getting my son's haircut, if not this week, then next week, because his hair is growing so much faster than it did before, and he needs to go back to the barber. So the $5 is the barber's tip. When I get into the kids category, I'm going to assign the $30 there for haircuts. So next up is heating oil. We will have to get heating oil sometime this month, but I think I will be able to schedule it within the next pay period. So we're going to skip this one for now. Household goods, I've spent and is overspent by $22.66. So I'm going to go ahead and assign $25 here. Medication, I don't think I need anything this time around between now and the next time I get paid, so we're going to bypass that one. Propane, however, they did deliver propane. I need to go in and check what the bill is for the delivery that they just made a day or two ago. I will check online, but that amount probably will be coming from the next pay period also. We will see. This is where the sinking funds for home is going to help me out because I did tuck away a little bit into that category. So we'll see what happens with that. Reimbursement and unexpected spending, we're not budgeting anything there. Next is the My Babies section. After school has started, today, Monday, is the first day. We will have a bill due on Friday, but I am getting paid on Friday again. So that's going to be budgeted then. The babysitter, however, I do have an $880 target here because I haven't switched it. So I'm just going to jump in here and I'm going to put to be $100 per week. We will be needing her because my little one is too young to go to the after school program that my son goes to, but we do not need the babysitter on a full-time basis anymore. She's agreed to help us out for the days that we will need help. And believe me, it's only going to be maybe 1 or 2 hours per day between the time she gets out of school, which is at 1:30. It's ridiculous. They're She starts school at 8:30 and she gets out at 1:30. So we're having to, work around the time, and hubby and I work. So we're going to have to utilize the babysitter to help us out for just, between 1 to 2 hours, like I said, for the end of the day. We'll see how that goes. We'll pay her accordingly. But we're not going to assign anything here this week. We will only need her on Friday for about 2 hours, which may only cost us $20. We'll see. Braces is due on the 15th. I'm not going to worry about that until the next paycheck. Child support is the same. Clothes and shoes, I'm going to skip this one over, but I know that I will need some additional stuff for the kids because you guys, I have learned my lesson. And I hope, any parents out there, if you're in agreement with what I'm about to say, please let me know in the comment section below. So for me, when I had my older daughter and she was spoiled rotten, when she started school, I used to go out and do a big shop. I used to shop my butt off in August and early September for her. And I thought I was shopping for like the whole school year. That's how much I used to buy. But between September and December, our seasons change. We live in New York, you guys. So the season change, it gets colder. And what I realize is that the kids grow so fast that all the stuff that you buy at the start of the year, Lord help you if they can wear that by December, if they're not already grown out of them or it's not appropriate for the seasons anymore, because a short sleeve shirt end up being an undershirt and you have to end up going out and buying stuff again. And if you buy winter stuff in, you know, end of summer, early fall, they probably go out of it, which is what my daughter did. And my son has gone through that phase too. So I'm being smart about it. And like I said, if you guys agree with me, parents out there, let me know in the comment section. I don't buy them in bulk like I used to. I buy just enough to get them through a certain period of time. And I continuously buy, pieces here and there just to get them through. I don't do it in bulk anymore. All right, so we may come back to this one for this little bit of pay period that we're working with. Fund money and allowance, we're going to skip. Gifts, we're going to skip. And haircuts, we're going to assign $30. So I do want to ask you guys, if how do you guys do it when it comes down to fund money and allowance? So my son is turning 10. He's 9 now. He'll be 10 in December. And I want to start giving him a little bit of money, like on a weekly basis, for whether it is chores, just to encourage him to get his chores done and to reward him for doing it, because he is at an age right now where it's like a battle. He wakes up in the morning and I was like, your room needs to be cleaned. And sometime if I don't go check, it doesn't get cleaned. And I want him to be able to do these things on command. Like I do have a chore sheet, but I have to be on top of him. And I know, us parents, we have to be on top of our kids. But if you are a parent and you are, giving your kids fun money and allowance, let me know how you work it out so maybe I can model and do for our household also. I appreciate that. Thank you in advance. Now, next up in this category, I do have supplies. I had to get some additional stuff for them for school. This was something that I purchased on Amazon in a total of $56.79, but we are overspent in this category, $52.09. So let's go ahead and cover this with ready to assign. And that's going to bring us down to 408.91. I don't think I have anything else to cover as in other overspent, because the only thing that's left is the credit card interest that I need to cover. The next category is true expenses and save up, and those are or savings and sinking funds that I'm not going to do anything with this month until the end of the month when we see what we have left over. I'm not throwing anything to the savings and sinking funds right now. I am going to wait. So that's what it is. We're just going to move back up. Let's see what the credit card interest is and see if we have enough to cover it. Oh, wow. Look at it. 407.36 and we're at 408.91. So yes, I can safely say we could cover this credit card interest. This is for Capital One number 1 and Capital One number 2, and also my Marcus credit card. So we're just going to go ahead and assign the 407.36 from ready to assign. That's going to leave us with $1.55, you guys. Oh my goodness, $1.55. Let me send this to, where can we send this money? Let's see, where can we send this additional money? Okay, we could put it somewhere in the everyday spending section. Groceries have $20.40. I think whatever we need that could get us through to Friday. Household only have $2.34. So let's put this $1.55 there. I don't know what this is going to do for us, but at least it will sit here and, you know, come in useful. Maybe we can roll with the punches and put it somewhere else. But as of right now, let's leave this $3.89 here, and we will figure the rest of it out when we get paid again. So that's it, you guys. I have budgeted all of the money down to zero. It wasn't much, but I'm very thankful that we got it because we really needed it right now. So I have covered all of the categories that needs money before we get paid again. So this is everything that we have to pay before payday that comes around on the 13th. Let us just go ahead and look over here in the inspector. It's saying that I'm underfunded for the rest of the month by $6,215. And I think with our paychecks that we're getting, should be able to cover this for the rest of the month. I'm hoping. So that's it for this video, you guys. I appreciate everyone that has already subscribed to the channel. I would love for you to join me. If you are not already a part of the community here, please join to follow along with my journey. If you go back and look at the videos for what I have posted last year, in the later part of the year, you will see that we have made major strides. And, we're going to continue to do it because my whole goal is to become debt free. I want to be debt free and start to build wealth for myself and my family, something that I could leave behind for my kids, later on in life. So I appreciate you so much. And until next time, you guys, I will talk to you later. Bye now.